Yo!
In this with no better real estate. I know my reward ain't no minimum wage.
I don't know, let me calm down. What's good, family? It's your boy, your nephew, your uncle, yo cousin, Monty the Rebel. We are back with another story time video. Now, this video is going to be about how I got played for the first and last time. We all been there. We all got played before. I'm assuming we all got our hearts broken. So this is going to be the story. So this is going to be a story about that. The video that you'll be watching in the background is gameplay video of the Avengers. It's not my video. It is a video provided by MK Fire and Ice. The link to their channel will be in the description below. Check them out, sub, all that. Do that for your boy as well. But without further ado, we're not gonna delay this anymore, 'cause I'm pretty sure y'all want to know about this story. So we go get right into it, baby. Let go.
I gave my life up to God, then heard the devil whisper, I'll be back. Mama say that patience.
Alright, y'all, let's get into it. So before I get into this story, I want to give you guys a little background about myself. So I am a drummer. I am a professional drummer. I play drums at my church. I've been playing there since I was maybe like 5 years old. I started playing drums when I was 2, but I started playing for my church right when I was like 5 or 6 years old. But in the church that I play at, or at least back then, we're in a new building now, but back then, the drums sat in the front and the face the audience and the face the exit. So anyone that walked in, I can see very, very clearly. So I'm playing the drums in this church, right? Me and my cousin, we'll call him, Robert. we'll call my cousin Robert. You know, we both were drummers. I'm playing the drums, and all of a sudden, in walks this girl, this young girl. Now, at the time, I was like 15 or 16 years old. This girl walked in. She was just absolutely beautiful. Like, she caught my eye. All of that stuff. Like, I had this little checkbox, this little checklist in regards to the girls that I wanted to date. She had to be light skinned. She had to be short. She had to be thick. That was it. That was all I was basing my relationship off of, was those 3 check boxes. That's it. You fill that out, we good. You feel me? Which is horrible, but that's how my mindset was back then. So Robert seen her too, my cousin. And my cousin is the type of dude, or he was the type of dude that he was kind of like a male hoe, basically, right? So I'm thinking, like, if anything, if any one of us is gonna get with it, it's gonna be him. Like, man, like, come on, like, I'm not even gonna try to play myself. So she walks in, she scopes her, her surrounding. There's some other teenage dudes in there too. She started looking in my direction. Now, again, I don't know if she's looking at me or my cousin Robert, because again, we sit right next to each other. So I'm assuming she's looking at him, because I'm like, ain't no way you looking at me, bro. Like, cause I ain't all that. Like, I ain't the cutest dude in the world. So my cousin Robert, started looking at her too, and he kind of like shied away, like, oh snap, she was looking at me. She was looking. And I was like, yeah, bro, she was looking. So anyway, after the service, like, he walks up to her, he tries to get her number. She wasn't feeling them at all. And you know how dudes do when, you go after a girl and they reject you, and all of a sudden, like, oh man, you wasn't that cute anyway. Your breath stank anyway. It was like one of those type situations. And that left a bad taste in her mouth. She really didn't like him after that. But she continued to come to the church, right? So a couple other dudes tried to holler at her. She wasn't feeling them at all. But she still kept looking in my direction towards the drums. Now I'm thinking, like, she's still looking at Robert, you know what I mean? And Robert's like, why she keep looking over here? Like, she don't want me, bro. Like, why she playing these games? So I'm like, man, I don't know. Anyway, one Sunday I go up to her at the church, and I think she came up to me, but I don't know. But anyway, like, we started talking just for a little bit. Turns out she was looking at me the entire time. I'm like, ooh, let me get them digits though. So back then, we didn't have smartphones back then, right? Back then it was like, it was one of those days where you don't call people during the day, you just text. And if you were to call me, you have to wait until 9 p.m. when minutes were free, where minutes were free. It was like one of those, it was back then, it was one of those situations. And AIM was hot. Everybody had an AIM. Everyone had a sidekick, everyone had an AIM. This is during those times, right? So we exchanged numbers, we started talking and all that stuff, and we started feeling each other. Emotions began to grow. We began to develop a relationship. And, we began to like really like each other. Turns out she liked a few things that I like. She liked playing video games. I like playing video games. And back then, this is when Assassin's Creed came out, the first one. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I played that. That's my game." I'm like, "What, man? I'm trying to get into that." She's like, "Bro, you can come over. We can get into it." I'm like, "Man, bet." So anyway, time goes on, and one day I look at her AIM, right? No. Before that, so we would have conversations, and she would be the one that instigate in regards to, I love you. I would never hurt you. I want to be with you, and we're gonna get married, all that stuff, right? And because she's so beautiful. And one thing about me back then and this day, I base my relationship off trust, period. Regardless if it's boyfriend, girlfriend, or family member, mom, dad, or cousin, whatever. If we don't have trust, we have nothing, period. I base all my relationships off trust. So at the time, because she was my girl, she's telling me this, of course I trust her, right? She want to be with me, she want to get married, all that stuff. Not now, but later on. And she said she would never hurt me. She said she'd never cheat on me. So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. I never do the same to you, bet. So I hop on AIM one day, and y'all know, for those who familiar with AIM, there's like a little what we call thumbnail, but back then it was called like a profile picture or something like that. In her profile picture was her with some dude, like kind of hug, but it was like kind of like a brotherly sister hug a little bit. So I wasn't really tripping, but I was a little bothered, because I'm like, yo, who is this dude? Like, how come you never told me about him? So I hit her up instantly. I'm like, yo, who's this? Not mad or nothing like that. I'm just curious. I'm like, yo, who's this? She's like, oh, this is my god brother. He's in town for, a little while. So we just been hanging out, and it's been real fun, all that stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Now at the time, my other cousin, who like really knew her, we're gonna call him Boogie. Like he really knew her. He was cool and all that stuff. And he hit me up one day, and he was telling me about the dude in her profile picture. I'm like, no, yeah, man, that's just her. That's her. Her god brother. He said, oh, that's what she told you. I said, yeah, that's her god brother. I'm not gonna get in between, them two. They're trying to, catch up while he's out here. He laughed. He said, oh, okay. So later, maybe like a few weeks go by. There's another picture, a new profile picture. This time they hugged up like super duper close. So I hit her up instantly, like, bruh, like, yo, what is this? Like, what's going on? Why y'all out close like that? Oh no, this is my. I told you we had this conversation already. This is my god brother. We just linking up for the time, because he's not gonna be out here for for long. He'll be leaving soon. So we're trying to get close. Catch up with times and all that stuff. So me again. Remember, I base my relationship off trust. So I'm holding on to those words she's telling me. I'm taking those words. I'm holding on to it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So my cousin Boogie hit me up again. He like, bro, you see that picture? I'm like, yeah. Like, bro, he was like, bro, you need to check her. And I'm like, man, I already hit her up, man. That's her god brother. They just having a good time. He said, okay. So anyway, a few weeks go by. We're talking, we're chopping it up, we're having a good time, man. And I guess she got tired of, playing with me. And she came out of nowhere one, it was out the blue, bruh. Out of nowhere, and was like, yeah, this dude in my picture, he's not my god brother. He's my boyfriend. We've been going out for a while. We've been kicking it. We've been chilling, and our relationship is getting better. So I gotta let you go. And I was stunned, like at that moment, because remember, this is during the day. So she texted me. She texted me this during the day. Just broke up with me, and I was hurt. And I ain't the type of person like to cuss or anything like that, but she was all kind of hoes, and she was all kind of B's and MF's that day. I promise you that. I cussed her out something real smooth and cold. Oh my God. I ain't proud of it, but you know, at that moment, like you're upset, like, yo, you really just played with my heart. Like, this is that, like, my heart is not something to be played with. This ain't a game. I don't give my trust to everyone like that, and I gave it to you. Yo, you tripping. So she started going off. I ain't hearing it. So I started deleting text messages after. I don't know what she said to me to this day. I started deleting all of them, bro. Like, whatever, man. You do you, and I'm gonna do me. Whatever. So I'm hurt, bro, and I'm so hurt to the point where, for a certain period of time, she messed it up for all light-skinned girls. I wasn't talking to no light-skinned girls at all. It was team dark chocolate all day. Dark. She just completely messed it up for all light skins. So anyway, one day she hits me up again. Maybe like this is like a month and a half later. She hits me up again because we ain't spoke for like that whole month and a half. She hits me up again. And she starts apologizing, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You know, I did you wrong and I shouldn't have did that. I was so young. I'm like, wait a minute. What you mean you was so young? Like, that happened a month and a half ago. You ain't grown up that much since then. So she's talking, she's apologizing. She wants me to take her back. Now, I don't remember if I gave her like one answer responses because I wasn't hearing it. Or if I just completely ignored her, you know, just period. I don't remember, but I did forgive her. And this is one, and for those listening, this is actually a quick little message. You have to forgive people, like, period. Understand that when someone do you wrong, when someone do you dirty, and you don't forgive them, know that they are walking away. They're sleeping at night. They're at peace. They're at ease. Nothing is bothering them. But when you hold on to that hate and when you hold on to that resentment, it only affects you and only you. It's not until you forgive that person where you're able to let that go and you move on with your life. So that's why I forgave her. She didn't ask me to forgive her. I just forgave her so that I can move on with my life. Right? So she comes back to me, wanted me to, you know, get with her. And like I said, I don't remember if I ignored her or gave her one answer response, but I basically wasn't having it. And I was of the mindset of, if you really want to get back with me, if you really want to get in my life, it's not going to be that easy by just saying you sorry and I'm going to take you back. Nah, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to show me that you recognize you made a mistake. You're going to have to show me that you love me. You're going to have to show me. Don't just say it because talk is cheap. She didn't show me. So I'm like, cool, bet. And since this day, I know her first, her middle, and her last name to this day. But today her name is Daphne. And we have not spoken to each other since then. This is back when I was like 15, 16 years old. I'm 28 years old now. We have not spoken with each other since then. But, however, I did learn from that relationship. I did move on. And even though I was off light-skinned chicks, I actually married a light-skinned chick about 3 years ago. And we have a son now, so everything is beautiful, everything is great. But I guess that was just something that I had to personally go through because I was basing that relationship just off of how she looked only. That was it. Her personality was cool, she didn't really have God in her life. She didn't really take God seriously, and that's where I really messed up because I do. The Bible says you can't be unequally yoked, so I messed up there. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have any stories or if you want to talk about how your first heartbreak, please leave a quick description in the comments below. I read all my comments and I reply to all my comments. But yeah, thank you guys. That's gonna be it. And don't forget to come back, turn on those post notifications so you know when I post a video. And we gonna be out here in the next video, baby. Peace.